hang on one sec. Like, the first thing I wanted to ask you was, what does it feel like? I can't imagine, I haven't been there, to be at a front door and have the door closed in your face.
Strange, you know, it's not something I'm used to, but that's what I have to go through.
Have you been subjected to any kind of racism before in the past?
I have before, but, you know, I was brought up to, you know, differently. I just, you know, it's like it doesn't bother me. There's no difference in the color. There's no difference in people.
They're saying it's not just, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, he's not the first. There's been plenty others. How many mistakes do you have to make before you learn?
Okay.
Since you're 5 years old.
So you as her mother are saying that dating a black man is a mistake? How do you know?
Have you ever dated a black man?
In my heart, I don't want my daughter to have a hard life.
I don't have a hard life except for with you.
But
the only person who have a hard life with is, you know, with the parents. Everyone else accepts us.
The reason she's going to have a hard life is because people like you. That's why she's going to have a hard life.
Yeah. You gonna let the audience talk, or we get to say so, or anything?
Now, y'all can hurt me like she hurts me.
You can
but
say,
you're not sitting here in my shoes. And that's my daughter that I bore. And I've loved her for 22 years.
So what's hurting you so much? What's hurting you?
Look, you're asking us to give someone a chance, okay?
Yeah.
But we just met Kurt. We didn't. I mean, we just didn't. This just hadn't been going on for a long time. If he's willing to prove to her that he can take care of her, he's going to be good to her. That's fine. When she was at the hospital,
he didn't leave my side.
He didn't leave my side. I'm just saying, you know, this is something
he was
that
there
has to
and
be
didn't leave
worked
her
out.
side. If he does care for her, will he be allowed past your front door?
Yeah. Sooner or later, if he tells me that, you know, he takes care of her.
What's the difference if he's black or white? Whites make just as many mistakes as black people do.
Probably more.
If you went back and colored your face black and came out here, would that make you different? It's just the color of your skin,
I don't know
honey.
what you said. Well, I'm not
She's
your honey
just saying
for
to
one
look
thing,
past.
But, I mean, you know.
Have you, Tiffany? Have you dated both black and white guys, Tiffany?
Excuse me?
Have you dated both black and white guys?
Yes, I have.
Do you have a preference? I mean, or does it just?
I mean, I prefer a black man, but I mean, I've gone out with white guys.
Why would you not want to be with a white guy?
Well, blonde hair and blue eyes doesn't do anything for me.
But why not?
It doesn't do anything for me.
Did you have any bad experience with a white guy?
I have, but everybody's different. It doesn't matter what color you are. Yeah. A person is a person.
Kurt, do you think it's necessary, I mean, to go through all this that you're going through?
For Tiffany?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her, you know?
Lynn, I think you as the mother, you should just voice your opinion to what you want your daughter to do or whatever, and be by her side regardless of what kind of decision she make. And you, by you being a stepdaddy, you shouldn't even play a role in saying nothing.
No. That's not true. That's Sean. He can show his face out here. No, he sleeps in the bedroom with 2 men. What does that look like?
I have raised her ever since she's been 9 years old. Don't tell me 5 years old. Don't tell me I don't have no responsibility.
No, a stepfather. This is her father. He's technically a stepfather. This is her dad.
With her.
This is
I fed her.
I get a clothes and everything else.
Yeah,
he's been around longer than my real father has.
He's raised you. He is your dad.
We don't always get along. We haven't always gotten along, but he's been good to me. He's been my father figure for many, many years, more than my own father.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Tiffany and Kirk been dating about, what, 3 months? Yeah. And this is Tiffany's parents, Lynn and Jan, who strongly disagree. And we heard something, I thought I heard something before we went to break. Lynn, you said about your daughter sleeping in a room with 2 guys or something?
When she goes to his house, his family's house, and spends the night, it's not just her and Kirk in a room. There's also another man in the room sleeping in...
Just because he's sleeping in the other room don't mean I'm sleeping with him, too.
It's called respect. Do you think
in the room.
Do you think your father
I don't have
would
enough
take me
respect
to
for
a
myself
room
not
to
to-
live
not
with
to
someone and have a man,
Whatever.
other man
Whatever.
sleeping right beside of us? No, he wouldn't.
He doesn't sleep right beside us, and half the time he sleeps downstairs.
It's respect. I
Yeah,
want
Kurt,
someone to have
Kurt, you
respect.
tell us.
What are you calling your daughter then?
You calling me a...
Man.
I'm saying you have
slut?
no respect for her.
Because why? Because who is this guy, Kirk?
It's my best friend. We've been best friends for about 10 years.
And what's
it's his house. What happened, my job is real close to his house. So for the weekends, I go pick her up. You know, we have a nice time. We go out to dinner. We crash there, you know what I mean? That's just it.
Friend calls me and says...
And my best friend is lying. She's not there. I don't hang out with her.
But she
Whatever.
lies that he comes and abuses you. Then you end up
Mom,
in the
I
hospital.
talk to her maybe once or twice every 2 weeks. She doesn't know what the hell's going on.
How's the relationship between the mother and the daughter at this time? I mean, you guys sound like you fight all the time.
She's trying to make me choose between the man that I love and my family, and I'm not going to choose because I love them both, and I'm not going to choose.
Is that what you're saying when it's either him or us? Is that what you're saying?
When she's living under my roof and I'm supporting her, she should follow our rules. When she's out on her own, she can live any kind of life she wants to live.
And do what she wants. It does. That's irrelevant. But let me.
But you're
Can I
trying
ask
to
a
make me
question?
choose between two people that I love.
That's not choosing.
Yes,
Let
it
me-
is.
Tia.
That's not choosing either you
Tia,
or him.
I'm talking. She told me I could ask a
Go
question.
ahead. Go
Can I
ahead,
ask a
Tiffany.
question? You mind?
Yeah.
Kirk, let me ask you something. Okay. Are you willing to take the blame or whatever, not blame or anything else, if she doesn't eat right and she doesn't take care of herself and she does... Hey, let me finish, okay? Then you can run your damn mouth all you want.
Let him finish, and we'll... Yeah.
Let me finish. I've got a point
You see
here.
her laying in a hospital
You know,
in cardiac care unit with tubes up her nose.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, I sat here and watched her about her die. Okay, I'm asking him, is he willing to, if you walk in your house one day and that has happened, are you willing to take the responsibility for it? That she's laying there dead? I've done been going through this all her life, man.
First of all...
It wouldn't be his fault.
I'm saying it wouldn't be his fault.
Excuse me 1 second, Jen. Are there any diabetics in the audience? Because this is something All right, are you
this
Where
is
are
a
you? Stand up
very-
for a second. Is that... somebody else has to be responsible for your care?
No, nobody has to be. But I have to
You need
eat.
someone for support.
And he gives me support.
I do for
The right
myself.
food.
If I need anything, he gets it for me.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Yes, Kirk.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in the hospital, if you guys supposedly care about her so much, I was the one that was there 24/7. The only reason I left was to go get clothes and come back and stay. You guys would stop in and drop. You were there the longest, at least an hour. The longest. I'm not saying you don't care about your daughter, but the longest. Your daughter's in there.
Sunday, I was there from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Even Tracy was there.
Last year, we met another family in turmoil over an interracial relationship. William and Carlene Harmon could not accept their daughter Susan's relationship with a black man. In fact, they had not spoken to her since the day they found out she was living with them. Never even met. Don't want to see the guy. Have no desire to even talk to him. Susan, and William, basically, your hatred for blacks is stronger than your love for your daughter.
No, I don't hate the blacks, but my daughter don't need to be with a black man when she can get a white man. She don't remember. I told her, all of my kids, that they didn't have to go with blacks. They were in school.
And if they ever did, what'd you tell them?
I would disown them.
How do you do
They don't need it. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Because they are not their race.
This is a man you have refused to meet up until now. Jerome's been waiting backstage. Jerome, come on out and say hi to Susan's dad. When you saw them kiss just now, what went through your mind?
Ew. Well, that's the same thing I see when I look at you.
Okay, Jerome. Let's play back. This is a shot of William when Jerome came out and kissed Susan. You look like you were going to throw up. Take a look at this, audience. Look up here. Here you are when they walked out.
You're sick.
It's sickening.
Okay.
It's sad, though, to think that a daughter who was to love his father has put him through so much hell.
Hey, you people.
You
let me tell you
You
something.
people don't know it all.
Let me tell you something. You don't even belong on the show. You're not a part of my life. You never have been. You're my stepmother.
She's my wife.
No, I don't care.
I don't consider
you're my
you don't.
stepmother. So you
I
shouldn't
wouldn't
even be
even
here.
say
All
your
you got was your free
stepmother.
trip, okay? Not
Will you ever even try to accept this man into your daughter's life?
No, ma'am.
You won't. If he says no, he won't, and I believe that he won't, then what does that do for
out
you?
the rest of his life with me and him and my children from a
You're going to
previous
go on with your own life.
Well, we've already lost that thing.
Heather Underwood had been dating Ravon for a year when they appeared on our show. Heather's mother, Susan, had refused to meet Ravon because he was black. She said he was not welcome in her home. And what's wrong with Ravon?
He's black, and I don't want him in this family.
Because he's black. Because he's black.
Because, I mean, you can't even go. Now, wait a minute. Let me talk.
Yeah, let
Okay, let me talk. This is my time.
Okay.
In today's society, you can't even go in a restaurant, and I don't care what any of you guys out there say. People look at you, they turn around and go, look at that girl. Yes, they do. I hear it. I hear it. People at work, you know, they'll come in interracial couples. I'm like, oh, man, did you see that girl? Is that all she can do? No.
Let's do it that when it comes.
Susan, you have never even met him.
No.
Never been face to face. Well, you're about to because he's coming out right now. Ravon, come on, join us. You call on the phone, and what happened?
First, I called over and she didn't say nothing, you know, about me calling over there. And then after that, you know, I thought it was
But tell him
cool.
what? He sent the letter saying, you need to check your mama. Well, I ain't no mama, and you ain't even going to check on me. See, he would write her letters and things when I was at work. They'd come on the days I was at work, but I had a little day off. And so I opened the letter up. Because how many white guys have a name called Ravon?
Yeah.
Let's be real. So I know it's from a black guy.
Okay.
And I wanted to know what it was about.
What was in the letter that made you so angry?
He said, you need to check your mama. And I ain't no mama. And I don't hardly think so.
Have you ever called him names to Heather?
Yes.
Can you try to support her choice so that you can maintain your relationship?
No, but how can I sit there and support it when I know it's wrong?
You don't have to like it.
What happened over and over.
I'd like for her to try to get to know him. She hasn't even given him a chance. Okay, not at all. And he would like to get to know her.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. I mean, can you at least give him...
Any guy that wants to check your mama? No.
Yeah. We were hoping to sort of give you both a chance to at least know each other, but you don't...
That woman. No.
You don't want to. We know that racism works both ways, and when we come back, a woman who disapproved of her nephew's marriage to a white woman because she said he was betraying his black heritage. Be back. Racism comes in every color. Tanya and William Henry had been married over a year when they appeared on our show. William's Aunt Barbara and his sister Carmela could not accept his choice to marry a white woman. Right now, we'd like you to meet Tanya and William, who were married last May. And William's Aunt Barbara says her nephew married Tanya because white women are easier to control. William's sister, Carmela, says he married her because white women are just easy. What do you think your Aunt Barbara's... Does she just dislike all white people?
She told me that on the phone. She said, I just don't like them. She told me that when their hair is wet, they smell like dogs.
She lying. I didn't say that.
I'm supposed to be her favorite nephew, right?
Yeah.
And,
He is my nephew, but that don't make me have to acknowledge her.
But this is a part of me that right now, this is a part of me.
That's not a part of you. You are part of you.
This makes her a part of me, right here.
What I'm saying is that the black community needs so much help within itself that we don't even have time. What's she gonna get to the black community?
Okay, so you're saying there's nothing...
What else?
Let me make... Hang on. Let me make sure...
First of all, she don't have to offer the black community nothing. All she has to do is offer me her heart.
Tell us specifically why you won't accept this woman.
Because she a duck, she dumpy, she ain't got nothing to offer. She live in my sister's house, she's
Why
lazy.
do you think they should get... Why do you
lazy?
And William's sister, Carmela, you also will not accept Tanya. What problem do you have with Tanya?
I don't have no problem with it's not Tanya. It's just the fact that he married a white woman. He could have married a black woman.
Okay, so let me change. Then what problem do you have with white women?
It's nothing. White women are just... I don't know. I just don't like it.
Well, okay, you gotta have a reason. You say what? White women are dumber than black women?
Yes.
You do say that?
Yes, I do.
You say that?
Yes, I do think so. Yes, they are.
Okay, you say white women are easier than black women.
Are.
You say white women will do things sexually with a man that black women won't do.
Just because a white girl sitting up there, baby, she must know how to keep her man. You got to do a few things to keep your man. And that's what you give me your
Tanya, is it worth it? All of this. Is all of this worth it?
You know what? I am in love with this guy here, okay? And I gave up pretty much a lot of my family because I wanted to be with this person. It's not a color thing with me, okay?
Was it worth it?
Is it worth it? He wants to know.
And these people, they can just go out and do.
Jill and Stacy were cousins who used to be inseparable. That was until Jill started dating out of her race and her cousin Stacy disowned her. Have you ever met Val?
Yeah, I've met Val.
What don't you like about him?
He's black.
Val, come on out here. Val's cousin, your cousin Nicole's backstage. Same deal. She says she calls up and Jill hassles her on the phone. You guys are getting it from both sides. Let's have Nicole join us, everybody. You can't accept his choice?
No, because he downgrade black women.
How do I downgrade black women?
First of all, he always saying that we not the right person for him or something like that. But then why did he have to go out and get a white woman that don't look like nothing?
I haven't met a black woman that was strong enough to be up under me and my characteristics.
What do you mean that we are not strong enough to be up under
I
you?
haven't personally me, right? See, I'm only one person. I can't go around meeting a billion people. The black women that I came encounter with, right? And black, white, or whatever it's going to be, I'm going to be the catch, first of all. And the
Wait a
women
minute,
that
what makes you think you're going to be the catch? You are not all that. Let me tell you something. You can pick a white woman. I have nothing against that. But you do not need to put down us black women because you know what? There's somebody out there for everybody. Accept us for what we are and not for what we're not.
Nicole, what happens if they get married?
Oh, I want to go to the wedding.
You
We
wouldn't
don't
go.
care. We don't want you there. I want to be there. It sounds like it's going to make a big difference if you go or not. A red dress would turn me off.
Excuse me, my brother, while you down in black women, I wish you stopped looking over here winking at my sister right here. Why you sitting there winking at her right here? And you sitting there with the come on, with the little come on looks and a little winky wink with your little wannabe dog, you know.
Val, wait, what's we doing?
I'm trying to figure out if he just finished eating a lollipop or something because he was kind of licking his lips at me.
He's just trying to make you feel good, that's all.
I get this everywhere I go, Jimmy. You know, women, if I'm around a crowd or after my fights and stuff, yeah, women just automatically, like, take to me and, you
know, Vicki Ronan was very upset about her daughter Amy's relationship with a black man. Vicki told Amy that because Adam was black, no man would ever want her again.
Yeah. She has a lot of future ahead of her.
Go ahead.
Why does he have to step in here and ruin her future?
You've never met this guy before, right?
No, I have never met him.
Okay, well, here he is. Adam, come on out and meet Vicki.
I do not believe in interracial relationships.
You still let her date another
Amy
person?
knows I do not believe in interracial relationships. I asked him not to
Can
call
you tell
my
us
home.
why? Can you tell us why,
away
Vicki?
from my daughter.
Vicki, why do you not approve of interracial relationships? What's wrong with black people?
There's nothing wrong with them. It's what their children, when they have children, unprotected sex, and they have children that are separate. My grandchildren.
I got a white mom and a black dad. They're the best parents I could ever have. My mom is white, and I'm white as any other guy, and I'm black as any other guy. And what's the difference?
I want her to be happy that I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy.
When we come back, more families in conflict over interracial relationships, including 3 kids who hated their mother's black boyfriend so much that this mother was considering moving away from her own children. One when a family disagrees over an interracial relationship, most of the time it's a parent who doesn't approve of a child's dating. But one of the most shocking examples of racism I have ever seen came from 3 kids who were on our show last year because they couldn't accept the fact that her mother was dating a black man. They were 18, 15, and 12 years old. Larry, you're 12 years old.
Yes.
What is your opinion of black people in general?
I don't like them. But my mom has raised us her whole life with the rest of our family to hate them.
You saying your mom's a racist?
No, she was until about 6 months ago. She changed her mind all of a sudden.
Is this true, Donna?
No, it's not true. I'm from a family of very racist people, but I've never been.
What happens if you marry Paul?
I have to move. I have to move anyway. After this, I have to move.
Lane, does that bother you to see that?
Bothers me very much.
To see them
especially
kissing?
sitting this close to him.
You care about this woman. You think you have a future together. How do they treat you? What do they say to you? They call you names?
They're abusive, but I think they just don't know any better. They're content to be ignorant and stupid, and they want to live in the past, and so let them. You know, she and I have our own relationship, and it's not about them.
Some of this racism is coming from your family, from your father, and also from your sister. Donna's sister is here. We'd like to have her join us right now. Come on out, Jeanette.
Well, she used to be my sister.
Why have you disowned your sister? Why?
Why? Because look what she's doing. It's not just him. This is number 6. It's just something to upset my family. It's not something she's doing out of love in her heart, because she was going to marry all of them. Willie, Tyrone, Nestor, Barry, whoever else there
you're
was.
saying she doesn't even like black men? She's doing it just to irritate the family?
It's not like one person that she loves. It's not that she loves him. He's just a pawn in her game.
Has Paul ever been to your house?
Paul is not welcome at my house. He's not welcome at my house, and he knows it. He'll never make the mistake to come to my house.
And that's only because
I'm not making any threats on national TV.
Only because he's black. Only because he's black.
I don't know him personally.
Is any black person allowed in your house?
Well, not if they're my sister.
Now, if things don't work out and you and Paul split, you'll be without Paul and without your kids. Is it going to be worth it? Is it worth it?
Nothing at all.
What do I have now with these children who are abusive and disrespectful?
The only thing I can say in the defense of these kids, they are young, is this is not stuff that's coming from them. They are being taught this by somebody else. Probably their father, probably the whole rest of the family. Gayla Gann was a 27-year-old woman who was very close to her mother, Bonnie, until her mother did something that Gayla could not live with. She married a black man. You said that you were basically raised to not socialize with blacks.
We were just basically raised that blacks stay with blacks and whites stay with whites. And now the whole scenario's changed.
So you have changed? You say she's changed now? How has she changed?
She does everything black now. Her cooking and everything is
What's she cooking?
Food. Pigtails, pig ears, their nose, probably everything else.
Ben, come on out and join us. This is Bonnie's husband, Ben.
Jenny, I think that Gail is jealous because her mother has found somebody else in her life that's probably maybe ignoring her a little.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Your two sisters are backstage right now.
Yeah.
They have never met Ben.
No.
You have in your hand. You want to show them what?
Well, I have my marriage license if they'd like to, just in case they don't believe it.
They may not believe you because I don't think they're going to be too happy about this. They are backstage. Their names are Bonnie and Linda. Come on out, ladies. This is your brother-in-law, Ben.
Hi, pleased to meet y'all. Never seen y'all before, but hello.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about this marriage?
Well, I'm shocked because, like Bonnie said, I wasn't raised prejudiced against blacks, but I was raised that white married white, black married black.
Bobby, can you accept this?
As long as she's happy, and it's up to her. She has to live it. She has to live it. I don't.
Susan Collum and her husband Ricky were guests on a recent show. Susan was very upset because she said she would disown her daughter Heather if she ever dated a black man, and that's just what Heather did. How long actually has it been since you've seen your daughter?
A year.
You haven't seen your daughter for a year?
No.
Heather, would you come out and join us, please? Here's Heather. She is
But it has nothing to do with that either.
Heather, come on out, please. You do not approve of her relationship with Danny?
No, I don't.
Because he's black?
Yeah, and that's it, because I love Danny. He's a friend of the family. He's been for years, and he's a wonderful guy.
You love him, but you don't approve of him.
But I was raised, now come on, I was raised that, you know, whites marry whites.
Would you call yourself a racist?
Yes, ma'am.
You would. Do you go to the Klan meetings? Or?
I have been to Klan meetings, but not a Klan member.
What happens if she marries him?
You know, as long as they stay away, it's okay with me.
Let's have Danny join this conversation. Come on out, Danny.
I love Danny.
Okay, then why would you disown your daughter?
It would be any black man. I don't agree with the mixing of the races. But as far as friends and stuff, hell, you know, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't believe in mixing the races.
What's wrong with Mexican people? What's wrong with Mexican
Well, you're going to end up with a bunch of, like Star Wars has got on if you keep mixing them.
I'm Mexican. Do I look like there's something wrong with me, like I'm Star Wars or
Well,
something?
if you go to mixing with whites and blacks and then come
I'm very
around.
fond of black guys.
Well, that's
I'm very fond of
If they marry you, would not go to the wedding. You said Danny would be close to the ideal guy if he was white.
Yes.
That makes no sense. No sense
at all. Susan Lee's brother and father disapproved of her dating outside of her race so much that she had not seen them in 14 years. When they all appeared on a recent show along with Susan's fiancé Michael, it was quite a reunion. And you haven't seen him in 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, he's right backstage. Perry, come on out and say hi. What is it like seeing your sister after all these years?
She looks pretty good.
Have you missed her?
A little.
There was no hug, you didn't want to hug or nothing, huh?
Not yet.
Why do you have the hatred towards black people?
It's not necessarily hatred toward them. They can do whatever they want to do as long as it don't involve me and my family.
I think you say you blame your dad because obviously children learn by example, and you say your dad is why Perry feels the way he does.
My father? Yes, he is.
You haven't seen him in...
I haven't seen him in a long time, and I mean, I know it sounds mean, but I have nothing for him.
You have no feelings for your dad? Tom, come on out, please. You didn't even look at your dad.
I don't want to look at him. He has never, ever been there for me. He has never been there for me.
Do you want a relationship with your daughter, Tom?
Well, I would like to have.
Yeah, he would like to have.
What's stopping you?
Yeah,
thank you. I just don't approve for lifestyle.
My lifestyle? What is my lifestyle? Because he's black, he has a job. He has a job.
And Michael, come on out, please. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing these days?
I'm a full-time college student. Work full-time. I take care of my family. That's it.
Where have you been for those 10 years?
Well, I've lived in Philadelphia for 10 years. And Susan has
That
known.
ain't no excuse for him not to come see his daughter.
You're right.
Whether she was with a black man or not, that ain't no excuse.
Perry, are there any black people at all that you maybe admire or have any good feelings towards?
Deanna.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. If Michael wasn't sitting in this chair, if your sister Susan was engaged to marry Eddie Murphy, you'd have no problem.
No, he's rich.
Jenny, don't even sweat that, because I tell you, in 5 years, I'll be richer than both of them put together. Period.
He's studying. Tom, what do you want to to say to your daughter?
I'll listen to him.
Give
Let
him
me
a
tell you
chance.
something, Susan.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know, everyone changes. Now, you take 10 years ago, I guess I was about the biggest drunk that could possibly walk the face of the earth. That's right. I used to drink 3 quarts of Jack Daniels a day. That's right. But 10 years ago, I put the bottle down.
Get the feeling that he's trying. Let's give him a chance. He's trying, I think.
It's just...
You think?
Jenny,
Perry, what? Perry, what?
If we wasn't trying, would we be sitting here?
What do you want to do from today? Do you want to try to start a relationship? Susan, just hold. I know you haven't known him for 10 years. He may be a different person.
If Susan wants to allow me back into her life, I will do. I can't change the past, but I can make sure of the mistakes that I've made won't come up again. I know that I've done wrong by this girl, but I guess I don't know how to say it. It's
Go ahead.
I just I'm sorry for some of the things that I've done.
Good God, man.
You know,
it's my turn.
Brenda Parson appeared on a show with her mother, Wenda. Now, Brenda's boyfriend, John, was black, and her mother was not happy about it. Now, I know Wenda's saying it's not about race, but Brenda, you say that she has called him names, racist names.
Why wouldn't I call him names?
Like, well,
she has done without electricity, she's done without water, she's done without phone, she's done without everything, and he sits on his back and takes it all in.
John, come out and join us. She said she's not a racist. Tell us how you perceive her.
Racist?
Based on what?
Big on racist.
Well, how is...
But it's all right for Mom to pay them all the money to get what they want to do, though, right?
Were you supporting him, Brenda?
I spent over $1,000 this past year. Hey,
you ain't gave
don't
me
tell me no, because I got receipts on everything I spent.
You ain't gave me
Don't tell
nothing.
me.
John, do you have do you work?
Yes.
Where?
I hang drywall.
Where? Since when?
No,
So you are serious about this relationship?
Yeah.
How serious, John?
How serious this is here?
Oh, my God.
Baby, will you marry me? Huh? Yes. All right.
Carol and Susan were sisters who both dated black men. Their mother, Barbara, disapproved so much she wouldn't allow her daughter's boyfriends even in the house. I want you to meet Barbara over here and her daughters, Carol and Susan. Now, both girls prefer to date black men. Barbara says she's embarrassed and disgraced because your girls basically do not like white guys at all. Is that the case?
No, that's
Never
true.
have.
I'm not a racist person, and I don't care if they date black, white, green, blue, purple.
You're not a racist.
It's the type of black guys that they choose to date. They date druggies, they date guys that are in jail. I get telephone calls on my bill from these guys calling up from the county jail. Why?
Do you know Raul?
I've only spoken to him on the telephone. I've never met him.
So, Barbara, seems like a nice guy. He's intelligent, he's educated. What's wrong with Raul?
I don't know him. I'm not judging him.
So
I
get to
don't
know him then, Barbara. Get to know him.
I don't want him in my house. I don't.
When we come back, a woman who appeared on the show twice, the first time to say she hated her son-in-law because he was Mexican, but the second time to say how seeing herself on the show totally changed her life. we've ever had on the show to talk about her prejudice against another race. She hated her daughter Nellie's husband, Chris, just because he was Mexican.
Tell us, some of the names that you call him, what are they?
I call him a Mexican.
My kids can tell you that.
So
They're
you
scared
can't...
of you.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Nellie?
You are, though.
You asked my too.
And you better stay scared, too.
Right, stay away from me.
Well, that wasn't the last time we heard from Linnell. Amazingly, we checked in about a year later, and she seemed like a new person. We gave her a makeover for a new look to go with her new attitude. Here is the new Linnell, everybody. You said some really harsh things to your son-in-law. You say you're a different person. What happened after the show? Did you watch yourself?
Well, I did. I watched myself. But the most important thing was that when Jenny had us on the show, I wanted to thank her and her staff and the audience participation, the questions they asked, the things that they said, all made me realize how childish and immature and just plain stupid I seemed.
Let me just show you a before and after picture of Linnell. Look at the dramatic difference. There's something about what's inside that comes outside. Look how she looked before, and look at that. They want to see a hug before we go to break. There you go. A man named Ronnie Lewis had a rather unique perspective on interracial dating. He was a black man with a biracial daughter, Lori, but Ronnie disowned his daughter because she was involved with Hector, who was Puerto Rican. What is it about Hector?
Well, as far as my opinion, he's a sneaky Rican, like the rest of them.
Do you have some reason? I mean, did something happen, or there got to be some reason?
Yeah, about 10 years ago, they jumped me and did a little damage.
You got your... Yeah. And was Hector in the group?
No.
But tell us about your history with the women in your life.
My wife was white.
Your wife was white?
Yes, ma'am.
And so your daughter is biracial?
Yes, ma'am.
So you want her to date either a black man or a white man?
No, I don't want. I prefer to date a white man.
You are a black man, but your wives, you've had...
Jamaican.
You're Jamaican. You say your dad doesn't want you to sort of ruin your heritage. That you're going to ruin your heritage by being with a Puerto Rican.
But what kind of heritage has he got? He got 11 kids with all different mothers, and they're all half white. So what kind of heritage he got?
You have an adorable little baby back there. Do you have a picture of her? What's her name?
Taisha.
Taisha. Look at this adorable, adorable baby. And Ronnie, you can't accept this as your grandchild? You can't accept this beautiful child?
Not at this time.
Is there any way, anything that could happen that you could ever accept, even have your daughter back in your life?
Well, I'll accept my daughter back in life. She gave up the baby for adoption and found a new wife.
Your Honor, you get married to white women. You got interracial kids who are not black and not white. And you want your interracial daughter to get married and get engaged with white men. You aren't as rich as Michael Jackson, but you sure seem to get rid of your black color for your descendants.
Debbie Ferris was dating a black man, and her brother, her father, and her stepmother were not happy.
A black man and a white woman should not
mix.
Should not mix. Okay.
A black man should be with a white woman if a black man wants to be with a white woman.
And Ted, go ahead.
She wasn't raised that way. We didn't raise her that way.
You didn't raise me at all, Sue.
Well, I started out trying to. Let's put it that way.
Trying to raise her how?
Trying to raise her to respect.
I do respect.
Everybody.
I respect blacks. I respect whites. I respect Puerto Ricans. I respect.
Reggie is your boyfriend, right? You've been together how long?
Reggie and I have been together for 2 weeks. I used to date Reggie's cousin.
Good.
And he don't work.
I used to date Reggie's cousin, Robert.
Who's also a black. Okay.
Who's also black.
But why do you disapprove?
Because, Jenny, it is wrong. In God's eyes, it's wrong. In your eyes,
You've never met Reggie?
No, I've not met any of them.
Well, he's coming out right now. Are you ready? Okay. Reggie?
that he's sitting up here downrating another man and don't even know him. That's what makes him a bad
I know
person.
Reggie, excuse me. I know Reggie. I know Reggie.
Would you have lunch with this man, Ted?
Sure. I have nothing against the man.
Okay. They said that you're not welcome as a boyfriend to their daughter. You're not welcome.
He's welcome as his skin doesn't have anything to do with being welcome in my home. It is the fact, listen, it is the fact that they are together.
Well,
so it's I work with colored people every day, Jenny. They are not.
It sounds like a double standard.
We have lunch together. We have lunch together.
You're getting a reaction because some people think it's maybe a little hypocritical to say blacks are okay, but not dating my daughter.
She's a stepmama. You should keep your mouth shut.
Thank you.
Straight up. She got a daddy there. Daddy. A black person is okay to work with, but they can't sit at your table and break bread. What's up with that? No.
You go, girl.
They can do your work, but you can't bring that brother in and let him eat with you. That's your daughter, man. What's up? Hey, bro, man, you her brother. What's up with that?
Well, I love my sister.
You should love her.
Sister.
Wait, Jenny, baby, I ain't through.
I love my sister. Yeah, sit down. I love my sister very much.
But don't you want her, if this is the man she's happy with, can't you be happy for her and let the color...
She's only known the man for 2 weeks. How can you be happy with him?
Do you know what unconditional love is? No. You three in the end? You don't. You don't know what unconditional love is because if you knew it, excuse me, if you knew what it was, you would respect your daughter's choices, and if he makes her happy, you'd be happy.
Wrong. It's not the point of a black and a white. That's not the point. The point is the kids that's coming up.
The kids
interracial. Now,
you have
hard on the kids.
You have 2 interracial grandchildren that I met in the green room. Have you ever met them, Don?
No.
You've never met your grandchildren. Those 2 children belong to Donna. This is okay, when we come back, Donna is backstage. This is your daughter who was married to Jerome. Now, Jerome is the man that I think your mom says that she says you were involved with first or something.
And we weren't.
You say you weren't?
We lived all in the same house.
And joining us now is Debbie's daughter, Donna. Now, Donna, you are married to Jerome.
That's correct.
Right. Now, Jerome is backstage. He's going to come out in a little bit. You have 2 children with Jerome. Those are the kids I saw backstage.
Right.
That you told me back there that your grandfather's never seen these babies.
Right.
Do you think, why has he never seen them?
I don't know.
He
doesn't
said he
like
would
black people, I guess.
Do you know why they don't like Jerome?
Because he's black, I guess. I'm
Okay.
assuming.
Have you met Jerome?
Yeah, I know Jerome.
What's wrong with him?
I just don't like his ways. He's a dog.
Well, you're about to meet Jerome for the first time. This is Donna's husband, Jerome. Come on out, please.
When did she change her mind about Jerome?
When I got 2 babies, I got grandsons.
She came home and found him on the couch with Donna. She told us he was no good. She was going to have the law pick him up and everything.
Yeah.
And then, but what it was, you was mad because he was with Donna and not with you?
Wrong.
Is that what it was?
Sue, that's wrong. If I want a black man, I got a black man.
Jerome, were you involved with Debbie before you were with Donna?
No.
You weren't?
No.
But you were all living...
We all lived in the same house.
She told us that he was her man.
No, I didn't.
That Jerome was?
That Jerome was her man.
But Jerome is saying that you never were with Debbie.
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
But you can't come in the house because you're black. How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, I don't feel anything about it because if you ever go to his house, you'll see why I don't feel anything about it. I wouldn't want to come in his house.
We do want to take the moment to introduce you to your grandchildren. You have never seen them before, and we got them from the green room. What are their names, please?
Christopher and Jason.
And Jason. Here they are. They're absolutely adorable. Maybe seeing these adorable faces might have an impact, we hope. What do you think, Sue and Don? They're pretty cute?
Yes, they are.
Pretty cute.
He don't want to come. He don't want to come, do you?
Gee, maybe he was watching the show backstage. All right. Well, there's no question that interracial dating has caused some of the most intense conflict on this show. When there's a choice between accepting an interracial relationship or disowning a family member, one would hope the choice would be obvious. It is good to know, though, that sometimes seeing yourself promoting hatred on national television makes you think twice and can lead to change.